Hey, Tuskegee fans, I'm Reginald Ruffin, Director of Athletics, and you are listening to the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Go to you.
Broadcast coverage of Tuskegee Athletics on the Golden Tiger Sports Network is brought to you by Alabama Department of Public Health. Healthy people, healthy communities, healthy Alabama. Booster Digital Displays, dedicated to providing high quality, affordable LED displays with exceptional service. TNT Fireworks, celebrating more than 100 years of America's #1 best-selling brand of fireworks. Alabama Power, developed for the service of Alabama. Wind Creek Casino, Montgomery. Elevate your game to fabulous. The Home Depot, more saving, more doing. Coca-Cola, real magic. Zuby's Taco Kitchen, Yellowwood. And by Vibes Restaurant, we're all about good vibes. Golden Tigers fans, get ready. It's time for buckets, blocks, spills, thrills, steals, and slams. Thunder! Tuskegee basketball is next on the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Now, let's go courtside with the call. Here's Charles Ward.
And we are courtside here inside Tiger Arena on the campus of Savannah State University, getting set for men's action on the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Golden Tigers getting set to meet the Tigers of Savannah State in conference action to start the second half of the 2024-25 season. Glad you could join us for our coverage on GTSN. Golden Tigers of Tuskegee 5-6 overall and 3-2 in the SIAC, predicted to finish second in the West. And right now they occupy the second position in the West. For the Tigers of Savannah State, they're 5-5 overall and 3-3 in conference play. They were predicted to finish fourth in preseason voting. Right now they occupy the fifth position of the West inside the SIAC. Golden Tigers coming off of a 62-42 win over the Yellow Jackets of Allen University in a ball game in which Tuskegee never trailed in that contest. And they shot 49% from the floor, 23 of 47. And from behind the arc, 7 of 19. And they out-rebounded the Yellow Jackets 40-28. So all thumbs up for the Golden Tigers to finish the front half of the season with that win. Trying to see if they can do just like the women who won earlier here on the floor at Savannah State University, if the men can win back-to-back ball games against the Tigers of Savannah State in SIAC action. This will be the sixth meeting between these teams, going back to 2019. The last time they played was last December of 2023. During that time, Tuskegee trails the series overall to Savannah State 3-2. And that's not as many times as these teams have played, but this is where the modern records or the current records go back to 2019 amongst these teams. And Tuskegee trailing 3-2 in that series overall. Last meeting in December of 2023, Tuskegee lost that one 62-55. First meeting back in 2019, Tuskegee won that one 70-68. Teams have split their last two meetings, so it'll be interesting to see just how things pan out here in this conference contest. Now, let's take a look at our TNT Fireworks starting lineups. We'll begin with the Tigers of Savannah State. They'll shape it up this way under head coach Horace Broadnax. A.J. Playne, the senior from Melbourne, Florida. He'll start at one of the guards, a familiar face for Savannah State, 12.2 points per ball game per Playne. Jeremiah Barge, the junior from Orlando, starts at 11.8 points per ball game. It'll be Austin Lewis, the senior from Jacksonville. He averages just under a point per ball game for the Tigers, and he'll be in the lineup this afternoon. Quay King, the second-team all-conference player from Dublin, Georgia, leads them in scoring at 16 points per ball game. He's in the starting lineup, and rounding out their five is Jerry Maxinard, the senior from Miami. Maxinard at 3.3 points per ball game and 6 rebounds. So it's Playne, Barge, Lewis, King and Maxinard, the 5 for head coach Horace Broadnax. He's in his 20th season at Savannah State University. Now let's take a look at the TNT fireworks starting lineup for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Kevin Seasbury, the senior from Lithonia, leads the team in scoring. He'll be out on the floor to get things started. Joined by Noah Goins, the freshman from Mansville, Texas. Noah on the season, 4.2 points per ball game. And the redshirt sophomore Dylan Cambridge from Marietta, Georgia, 5 points per ball game for Dylan. And it'll be DeAnthony Pennington, the senior from Kansas City, Missouri, starting. DeAnthony at 13 points per ball game. He'll be on the floor, and rounding out the 5, it'll be the junior Kasame Draper from Conyers, Georgia. In the middle for Tuskegee, Kasame leads the team in rebounding with 5.3 points per ball game. So it's Seasbury, Goins, Cambridge, Pennington, and Draper. The 5 for head coach Benchie Taylor. He's assisted by Jameer Cheek in his first year. Devin Booker and Carol Stanfield, our strength and conditioning coach at Tuskegee, always at sideline as well. So Tuskegee trying to make it back-to-back conference wins and go to 6-6 overall and 4-2 in conference play. Savannah State makes it to the floor first. They are dressed in the home white trunks and jerseys outlined in that blue and orange. So noted for Savannah State University, numerals and lettering in blue, outlined in orange. Golden Tigers of Tuskegee on the road in their black trunks and jerseys. No lining on the jerseys or the trunks on the side, just Tuskegee across the front with the gold number trimmed in that crimson for Tuskegee. So they'll make it on the floor. Tuskegee will be going right to left in our first 20 minutes of play. And officiating this afternoon's ball game, the venerable Jackie Sanders, Terrell Lawson, and Petrie Geis, the 3 who will handle the play calling for this SIAC matchup. Glad you could join us here on GTSN. Jumping for the Tigers will be Maxinard, and Kasame Draper set the jump for Tuskegee to get things started here in play from Savannah. Players anxious, taps up and whistles on the initial tap. Jackie Sanders, as usual, stepping in to ensure control of the basketball game, indicating, guys, you got to give some people some space. Taps up, Tuskegee had it, lost it, Savannah has it, half-court set, and we're underway. Playing with it out front for Savannah. Down at the block, they work it. Maxinard got it to the cylinder, missed on the shot. Goins got the rebound. Noah fell to the floor but did not travel. Tuskegee with the basketball now to get things started. DA handles up front. Right side over to Draper. Kasame guarded out front by Lewis. On the weave, Pennington handles again. 13 to shoot for TU. Cambridge at the block, Draper. Draper turns to the cylinder, working at the block, spins back out of that. Up top, and he tried to get it over to Seasbury, and Kevin couldn't handle it. Going back on the other end of the floor, Kevin trips over one of the Tigers. I think he got Austin Lewis, and they'll get Seasbury for that personal foul. And that's his first to get things started on the foul side. Non-shooting in Savannah with the basketball. Rodney Walker Jr. immediately off of the floor for Coach Taylor and Tuskegee. He replaces Noah Goins out on the floor. Playing with it. Half-court set for Savannah. Tried to dump it down low, got it down at the block to King. Now they push it back out front. Across the floor they go with it. Lewis, 13 to shoot now for Savannah. Plain works it out front. Walker guarding him. Now they dump it down at the block. Maxinard inside the paint. They get him for the travel violation. So that's a turnover for the Tigers of Savannah. They average 16 per ball game. Rodney Walker Jr. from Decatur, Illinois, injured early front half of the season with an ankle injury. Glad to have him back in the lineup for TU. Left side tried to bounce it there to Cambridge, and they misconnect on the play, and the turnover sends it back to Savannah. So it'll be Plain in the backcourt, set to receive the basketball for Savannah. Plain, the junior from Melbourne, Florida. Such an instrumental player for them for a number of years. Inside play, basketball tapped around and out of bounds. It'll stay with Savannah State on their end of the floor. Good defensive work by TU down low, though. 18 to shoot for Savannah when they inbound this basketball. Playing set to do that. Pushes out front to Maxinod. Whistles down in the corner. Boy, a lot of early whistles here. Foul called by on Cambridge down low. So Dillon picks up his first. Already 2 personals on Tuskegee as a team. Non-shooting for Savannah. They inbound at Maxinod. Plain got space with a jumper. Routed it good for the Tigers. That's a 3-pointer for him. And he gets the scoring started here in the basketball game. So Tuskegee trailing 3-0 with the basketball. Half-court set. Cambridge. They're working in the corner to Walker. Now Seasbury. Seasbury inside the paint and a foul called down low. Foul going to be called down low on Bars. He picks up his first. Team foul number 1 for Savannah. Walker, inbound pass to DA. Pennington in the corner. Lost the dribble, tried to slide it across the floor. And basketball will stay with Tuskegee. Not sure if the DA was forced out of bounds at the baseline. No foul called on it. Tuskegee with 15 to shoot. Draper, hard move by Kasami. Head fakes, now on the move, tries to give it to Seasbury. Kevin slips down and steps on the inbound line. So Savannah State will have the basketball as Tuskegee turns it over. Plain with it in the backcourt. Now across the timeline, works it left side. Inside pass, Maxinod on Draper to the glass, left it short. Cambridge comes in and takes the basketball away for Tuskegee. That is exactly why Dylan Cambridge has earned a start here for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, recognizing his very aggressive play. Despite Dylan being listed at 6'4", he really plays a lot larger than that. Just undaunted in terms of his aggressiveness toward the basket and getting that basketball. Good display of it that last trip down the floor. Tuskegee with the basketball as a result. Cambridge with it. Zone defense for Savannah. Tuskegee going right to left. First 20 minutes. They trail 3-0. Walker lost the dribble out front. Now up top to Seasbury. Kevin right side. Jumper. Got it for Tuskegee. So Kevin with his first field goal of the ball game leads the team in scoring. 15.4 points per ball game. Good start for him. Plain. Lead behind inside, floater there. Jumper is good on the run by King. King, second team all-conference player for the Tigers, gets his first field goal. And it's a 5-2 lead for Savannah. Cambridge pops out for the basketball now for TU. Seasbury looks to the inside. They're trying to get it to Draper if they can. Draper being held on the inside there by Michael. Jordan Michael picks up his first. Team foul number 3 on Savannah. Pennington, Draper right side, got some space. Floater, good by Kasami right side. Kasami with a good running float shot right side for the basket to make it 5-4. Tuskegee trailing by a point now. Plain works it down at the baseline. On Walker, lead behind inside to Michael. Now they kick it back out front. 3-point effort there by Lewis. Off the mark, backside rebound Walker. RJ pushes right side. DA can't handle the pass at the sideline. Turnover gives the basketball back over to Savannah State. Playing with it across the timeline. Walker guarding him defensively. Now they're working on the inside and across the lane. Losing the pass was King. Tuskegee back the other way now. Here comes Sleesbury. Kevin, floater right side. Tried to dump it down low toward the glass. Thought Draper may be able to cut through that defense to get to it, but not able to do so. 15:46 remains. Timeout on the floor here inside Tiger Arena. We'll take a break. Tuskegee trailing at 5-4 early here to the Tigers of Savannah State. Stay with us.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Whether it's at work, whether it's at home, we really want to implement policy, system, and environmental changes that support physical activity. Maybe it's a new playground, bike lanes, walking trails, things that a community can do to make it easier to be physically active and to access healthy foods. All the way from infants to senior citizens, Alabama has a lot going on that's positive towards improving health behaviors for the state.
We are back live here on the road at Tiger Arena in Savannah, Georgia. Savannah State University, SIAC basketball for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Tuskegee trailing at 5-4, 15:46 remaining in the first half of play. Women are already winners this afternoon over the Lady Tigers of Savannah, 58-50. In a contest that Coach Wester and the Golden Tigers trailed in that third period, able to rally and come back and win it. The two go to 2-3 in SIAC play. Tigers out onto the floor, and so are the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee after the timeout. Tuskegee's basketball. It'll be Walker to inbound it just left of the Tuskegee cylinder. Pushes in the corner. Culpepper, chip just out on the floor. They work it back inside to Draper. Draper guarded on the inside by Michael. Turns with a floater, and that one's good. Kasami with a good touch on the inside for his second field goal of the ball game. Playing with it, whistles out front. They call the foul on the inside on Dillon. So Dillon's picked up his second personal. So Dillon quickly out of the ball game after picking that personal up. Team foul number 3 on Tuskegee in his first half of play. Playing with it out front now. Got by Walker on a screen and a whistle there as Plain drills a jumper left side, and he's fouled trying to catch up with that play. They called that foul on Rodney. That's his first. And Plain with the basket. He's got 5 in this first half. And he'll be at the line shooting 12.2 points per ball game for AJ. And from the free throw line, 69%. Plain rattled and missed that free throw. A rebound to Chip Culpepper and Tuskegee. Draper up top now to Noah. Goins back out on the floor. Whistles down back the other way. They call that foul on Culpepper away from the basketball. And Chips picked up his first, and the basketball back over to Savannah. Tigers lead at 7-6. Tuskegee defensively trying to get a stop here and take a lead. Up top now with the basketball. Bards, foul line extended, running jumper by him. Missed that one badly. Goins clears for Tuskegee. Over to Rodney. Rodney quickly up the floor now. He'll backpedal outside. Down in the corner, Culpepper. Chip trying to push back up top. Left it to Goins, and they throw the basketball away. Back the other way, Savannah after the turnover. They got an easy lay-in on the inside by Jaden Cousins. So Cousins, a senior from Savannah, got an easy, friendly layup there after a pass on the inside that beat the Tuskegee defense. So Savannah State leads at 9-6. Cambridge, Pennington with it now left side. DA had it blocked from behind, and they call a foul. Foul was called on Quay King. King picks up his first, and that'll send Pennington to the line to shoot for Tuskegee. So DA to shoot here, looking for his first points of the ball game. And Pennington good on the first free throw. Pennington 72% shooting from the line for Tuskegee. 21 of 29 coming into today's play. Gets his first points of the ball game. And DA for the second. Got them both. And cuts the Savannah lead to 9-8. Austin Taylor out on the floor now for Tuskegee. And he'll handle defensive assignment on Javante Landy, who's just out on the floor for Savannah State and Coach Broadbacks. So Landy tied up out front. Tuskegee working the zone now. 7 to shoot. Way out front, jumper there by King. And long rebound comes clear. It's tapped by Culpepper over to DA. Pennington across the timeline now. Works it left side. Off of a screen. All the way through, across the floor. That pass thrown and thrown away. Easy lay-in for Michael Stewart. Or back on the other end is Austin Taylor to catch up for Tuskegee. Travel violation against the Tigers of Savannah State. So much mayhem on that one with Pennington trying to throw that pass across the court. Looked like Swift had an easy lay-in back the other way, but Taylor, quick-footed Austin Taylor able to catch up with that play and cause a turnover there. And Tuskegee winds up with the basketball. Austin, the redshirt junior from Honolulu, works it out front, tried to bounce it to Goins. That one almost taken away. Culpepper with it left side of the floor for TU now. At the block, Draper. Draper squaring up on the inside on Cousin. Slides the paint, can't get airborne. Taylor on the move now. Back to Goins at the block. And Goins with 7 to Draper. 5 to shoot for Tuskegee now. Across the floor, Seasbury got it airborne. He creased the rim. Rebound fought for. And a good screen out there by Savannah State. They just let that basketball bounce and go out of bounds because they had everybody screened out. You ever go to a basketball camp or a student of basketball, you know, that's one of the things they teach you. It's all about positioning. It doesn't matter whether you get the rebound. You can just pick it up off the floor if you got a guy on your hip and you block him out. They did a great job of it there. They have the basketball. They lead 9-8. Landy with it out front for Savannah State now. Taylor guarding him. Up front to go with the pass to Swift. Now behind the arc, Michael for 3. Stepped back intentionally but missed on the shot and got the long rebound. Tyshawn Boyce out on the floor now for Tuskegee. As Landy works it right side, doubled there by Tuskegee. Good work there by Taylor, almost tying it up. Now across the floor they go to Swift. Swift underneath the basket. They got a man free and Bars. So Bard's got that lay in on the inside. And Tuskegee trails now 11-8 with 12:06 left first half. Culpepper on the corner to Austin Taylor. Trying to get it on a give and go to Culpepper, but Chip wasn't looking. Pennington set to come back in on the floor now. Come to our first media time, our second media time out here in the first half. Comes with 11:59 left, and it comes with the Tigers leading Tuskegee 11-8. Let's take a break here on GTSN.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
With health equity, we're essentially meeting people where they are. We really have to be thinking about everyone in Alabama, not just able-bodied citizens, not just people that are likely to have, access to resources, to emergency resources. Public health touches literally everything. Typically, we're working with our most vulnerable populations, and we want to give people the resources to have the best outcomes.
Back live here inside Tiger Arena. Tuskegee trailing at 8, 11-8 to the Tigers of Savannah State. From the floor, Tuskegee 3 of 5 shooting. Savannah State 5 of 12. As you take a look, the players on the floor for Tuskegee at the moment Noah Goins, D.A. Pennington, Chip Cole, Pepper Kasami Draper, Olston Taylor, the 5-4 Coach Taylor. And Tuskegee is play set to resume here with 11:59 left in this first half of play. Glad you could join us for our continuing coverage of Golden Tigers basketball. Take a look at the Alabama Department of Public Health in-game stats. Tuskegee perfect from the line, 3 of 5 from the floor as we referenced. Turnovers at 8 already for Tuskegee. Back the other way, a turnover by the Tigers of Savannah State, and high off the glass, D.A. Pennington on transition with a Wind Creek Casino Montgomery fast break lay-in. So D.A. now with his first field goal, he's got 4 in the first half. Trey Crawford out on the floor now for Tuskegee as well. He's coming in off of that break. Landy inside, got some space, running jumper at the foul line, missed it badly, and Crawford clears the errant shot for Tuskegee. Golden Tigers can go up with a basket here. Across the floor, Taylor down in the corner trying to get it there. The Seasbury, that one's tapped out of bounds by the Tigers of Savannah State. Playing back out on the floor now for Coach Broadnax and Savannah State. Coach Broadnax in his 20th season at Savannah State, 5 years prior at Bethune-Cookman. So 25 years overall. Goins at the free throw line. Can't find anybody. Now got it over to Taylor. Taylor pushes back to Kevin. Seasbury on the move. Jumper. Seasbury hit the back of the iron on it. Boy, he looked good on that one. Crawford got it momentarily. And the basketball foul called over there at that sideline, I believe. Yeah, they'll call that on Plain. So Plain picks up his first. He and Trey chasing after that basketball at the sideline. So Tuskegee will have it right of the cylinder. Pennington, the team captain, set to inbound it for TU. Entry pass kicked there by Plain. So a reset on that, 11:02 left first half. Out, trying to get it out. And it was tapped out of bounds by Maxinot on the inbound pass. Draper out onto the floor now. He'll replace Crawford in the lineup, and Walker back out. He'll replace Taylor in the lineup. So Pennington surveying again out front to Goins. Now go across the floor to Walker with the basketball. We're at 10:58 left first half. Tuskegee trailing by a point. Right side Goins. Goins trying to get it to Draper. No entry pass there. Kevin on the move. Now dumping it down in traffic and a whistle there. They are tripling Draper down on the inside. Plain. They call Swift with the foul on the inside, but it was Swift, Michael, and Plain tripling Draper down on the inside. And Smith comes away with the foul. Still a non-shooting foul for Tuskegee. His team foul number 6 for the Tigers. Seasbury in the corner now guarded by Landy. Now at the block, Draper. Kasami turns once. Now back to the inside. Across the floor, Pennington on the move at the block. Bounced it off of his foot. And the basketball over to Savannah State. 10:36 left first half. Turnover sends it back to Savannah. Turnover number 8 for Tuskegee in this first half. Plain works it down in the left corner. All the way through, lead behind. Maxinard there inside the paint. Can't finish on the crip shot. Rebound finished by Draper for Tuskegee. Up the floor to Rodney. Walker, cross dribble, down in the corner D.A. Three-pointer by Pennington. Rattled it good from deep in the corner for Tuskegee. That's a Vibes Restaurant three-point basket by D.A. Pennington for Tuskegee. He's got 7 in the first half. A deep three-pointer there. Right side, Landy on the move now for Savannah State. Tuskegee up 13-11. Entry pass at the block left side. Whistles down low. They got it down low to Jordan Michael. Michael missed on the lay-in left side, but some body contact afterwards. They'll call Goins with the foul. Noah picks up his first. Team foul number 6 on Tuskegee. That is just his first for Goins. And that'll send Michael to the line for Savannah State. Trey Crawford set to come in. Next dead ball. Michael rattled and missed the first free throw for Savannah. Noah Goins departs. Trey Crawford back out on the floor. Crawford, the grad student from Highland Ranch, Colorado, really come on in that second half of the first half of the season for Tuskegee to earn more minutes in that rotation for Coach Taylor. That shot is missed, but the rebound's tapped back out to Savannah. They'll have another look with 20 seconds. Plain jumped left side. On the move right side now. Instead, they move it to Swift. At the block, they work at Maximov. Plains free, fires a three, left it short. Rebound cleared by Tuskegee. Walker surveying the floor as he dribbles up the court across timeline. Pennington down in the corner, back up top foul line, Draper. Kasami thought about the jumper from there, can't get it off. Now to Seasbury. Kevin, right side in the paint, underneath the defense. Oh, a pretty roller there, just did not stay down. Foul's called. They call the foul on Draper on the inside. So we'll go back the other way, shooting for Savannah State. Jordan Michael to shoot. Michael at the line to shoot, looking for its first points of the ball game. Tuskegee with a 13-11 lead with 9:15 left, first half of play. Live from Tiger Arena on the campus of Savannah State. Free throw, the first one's rattled good by Michael for his first point of the ball game. Michael set for the second. Missed on that one. Crawford skyward to get the rebound for Tuskegee. Crawford coming late to the Tuskegee program. Would have loved to have had him early on just to see as his development continues how much of a contribution he can make to this squad. Trey surveys out front. Landy anticipated miss. Jumper, Seasbury, he missed. Rebound tapped around. Pennington on the move. Floater by him in the paint. He creased the rim but missed. Rebound, Plain, up the floor, Landy. Landy runs the floor. Euro step, he missed. Rebound on the inside on a putback. Not missing is Michael on the inside for Savannah. And he's fouled. He'll be going right back to the free throw line. Got the point on the inside. And he was fouled. They called a foul on the inside on Crawford. That's his first. King back out on the floor, second team all-conference player for Savannah. Jordan Michael right now at the line trying to cap a three-point play to tie the ball game at 14. 8:38 remains, first half, and he does with the free throw. Full court pressure now. Tuskegee with it in the backcourt. DA leaves it over to Rodney as the full court pressure subsides, and Rodney comes across the timeline. Left side, Seasbury. Kevin trying to get it to a cutting Draper. Seasbury. Now to Kasami. Foul line extended. Puts it on the floor right side. Draper, floater, rattled it to the cylinder, wouldn't stay. Rebound. Pennington comes away with it. Good work by DA on the inside to keep it alive. Seasbury, three-pointer. This one's short of the rim. Draper got a rebound, though. Kasami trying to get it airborne. Had it partially tapped. Seasbury got a rebound at the block. 3-second violation call down on the inside. Boy, that was a quick call there on the inside by Jackie Sanders. Basketball had only just hit the rim on the missed shot by Draper. That starts things over on the 3-second, but call made nonetheless. We come to a media timeout with 7:59 left in the first half. Tuskegee trailing at 15-13 to the Tigers of Savannah State. More after the timeout.
Hello, this is Lana Bartley, the winningest women's basketball coach in HBCU history, and this is the Golden Tigers Sport Network.
Whether it's at work, whether it's at home, we really want to implement policy, system, and environmental changes that support physical activity. Maybe it's a new playground, bike lanes, walking trails, things that a community can do to make it easier to be physically active and to access healthy foods. all the way from infants to senior citizens. Alabama has a lot going on that's positive towards improving health behaviors for the state.
4 lead changes in this ball game so far. Tuskegee out rebounding the Tigers of Savannah State 16-7. And right now, Tuskegee perfect from the free throw line at 2 of 2, yet they trail at 15-13. 7:59 left, first half of play, timeout. And Savannah will have the basketball as we set to resume play here. Michael Swift, the sophomore in the backcourt. Tuskegee's jumped into full court pressure. He and King try to work it into the forecourt. They do so with a pass to Bars. Now Swift works at top of the key. Shot clock already at 11 for Savannah. Swift slides left side, try to wrap around pass from the back, and it was knocked out of bounds. Basketball over to TU. Maxinard hit it on the way out. Tuskegee with the basketball. Savannah showing full court pressure. Now they're back up as Rodney handles the basketball for Tuskegee. Walker bounce pass up top to Crawford. Left side they go to Pennington. DA surveys, now works it up at the top. Now at the block, left side Draper. Kasami in the paint. Slides right side, floater there. Straight's good for Kasami. Draper will that basketball in on the hook shot right side. He's got 6. Tuskegee ties the basketball game at 15 after that field goal. Swift in the corner, Walker guarding him. Lead behind, and it's taken away by Pennington, trying to get it over to Maxinard. DA doesn't have the number, so he'll pull back with Rodney with the basketball. Rodney, top of the key, right side. Over to Kevin. Whistles on the inside. Foul going to be called on the inside against Michael Swift, trying to guard against Kasami on the inside. So that's Swift's second personal. And now they'll send Kasami to the line to shoot for Tuskegee with 6:46 that is left in this first half of play. Tied at 15. Draper to shoot. He's got 6 in the ball game. Draper's first trip to the free throw line in the contest. Kasami, good on the first. One more coming. Draper 42 of 88 from the line coming into the game, but rattle both of these good for Tuskegee to give TU a 17-15 lead. Plain quickly back the other way with the pass to Lewis. Now King works it left side but lost the dribble. 6:36 left first half. Plain with it out front. Slides it down in the corner, bumping against Rodney. Try to get a shot there at the cylinder. And a foul will be called against Walker down at the block. Shot almost felt good for Plain. So Rodney's picked up his second, and that'll send Plain to the line to shoot for Tuskegee, for the Tigers of Savannah State. That's Plain got the first one to fall. He's got 6 in his first half. Plain knocked them both down from the line, and he ties the ball game at 17. Walker, half court set down for TU. Bumped out front there, but no call against Lewis. Rodney over to DA. 10 to shoot for Tuskegee. They go down at the block to Draper. Drop step, Draper with a jumper. Backside shots off the mark. Rebound, Seasbury got it at the block. And it's standing on the inbound, so the basketball belongs to the Tigers of Savannah. Tied at 17 with less than 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Playing across the floor, Pennington almost able to steal that basketball. It's tapped out of bounds. It went off of the hands of Bars, so Tuskegee will, no, it'll stay with Savannah. Thought that one went off of Bards going out of bounds, but it will stay with them on their end of the floor. Bars, all right, Plain that is, gives it back to Landy for three. Rattled and missed on that shot. Draper got the rebound. And coming underneath the Draper was Michael, and he'll commit the foul. And we'll go back to the other end of the floor. Michael picked up his second. That'll send Kasami back to the line. Chance to break this 17-17 tie. Draper with 8 in the first half of play. He's shooting a 1-and-1 here. .541 remains in the first half of play. Women's action already concluded. Tuskegee winning that ball game. Draper sinks the first free throw for TU. Cousin back out on the floor for Coach Broadnax in Savannah State as Draper set to the line to shoot that second of 2 free throws, made the first. First meeting of these teams this year. And Kasami got them both from the line. They'll match up again later in the year on Chappie James at Tuskegee. This one on the road here in Savannah. Tuskegee with a 19-17 lead. 5:33 remains first half. Plain looking for some space. Now King out front, line drive, three-pointer by him. Missed on the shot. Tapped around, Walker runs it down for Tuskegee. Rodney in the back court there took that step and stepped on the inbound line. So the basketball back over to Savannah State with 5:19 remaining. So Plain in front of the Tuskegee bench to inbound it. Across the floor on the move now is Lewis and turns it over down at the baseline. So a series of turnovers now gives the basketball back over to Tuskegee. Tuskegee with 12 turnovers, 7 by the Tigers of Savannah. Walker with it for TU, down in the corner to Pennington. Now up top to Crawford. Trey survey. And on a weave, gives it over to Seasbury. We're under 5 minutes left here in the first half. Tuskegee off field goal. Draper down at the block, and it's tapped out of bounds by Cousin. It'll stay with TU, but they got 9 to shoot. Pennington looking to the inside, got it to Draper. On a quick weave, Pennington for 3. D.A. rattles a three-pointer from deep down on the court. Vibes Restaurant three-point basket there by Pennington. His second of the first half. He's got 10. Tuskegee with a 22-17 lead. They bounce it at the block to King. He's doubled there. Now Crawford with the one-on-one. Back up top to Landy. They go with the pass. Draper or Seasbury guarding him. King trying to slide on the inside. And they'll get him for an offensive elbow. They're trying to create some space on the inside against the defense of Trey Crawford. So King's picked up his second personal. And we go back the other way. Tuskegee with a 22-17 lead with 4:17 remaining in this first half. Rodney across the timeline for TU. Max at odd set to come in. Next dead ball for Savannah. Bounce pass up top. Draper. Draper across the floor to Rodney. Now 12 to shoot for TU. Rodney across the floor to D.A. Now back across the floor. Crawford for 3. Trey rattles a three-pointer for Tuskegee. Vibes Restaurant three-point basket for Trey Crawford. His first field goal of the ball game extends the Tuskegee lead to 25-17. On the move, Landy inside the paint, pushes back out front. D.A. took it away at the mid-stripe now. Good defensive work for Tuskegee. Slide pass, Seasbury left side. Now back across the floor, Rodney. Rodney for 3, line drive, bingo for Rodney Walker. Vibes Restaurant three-pointer raining from all parts of the floor here at Tiger Arena. Back-to-back triples for Tuskegee. They extend the lead to 28-17. They had 7 three-pointers against Allen University in the first half of the season to close it out. And Plain's three-point effort is just plain short of the mark. Rebound to Tuskegee with 3 minutes remaining in this first half. They've extended their lead to 28-17. Right side, Crawford pops out for the basketball. King there with him. Give and go. Crawford underneath to the glass, missed on the shot, and he'll be fouled inside the paint. Crawford with a hard move on the inside, down for just a moment. They call that foul on Cousins on the inside. That's his first. 2:46 remains in this first half. And our media timeout with Tuskegee leading at 28-17 over Savannah State. We'll take a break here on GTSN.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
Back live here inside Tiger Arena. As you take a look at our hotspot chart here, haven't seen that this year, but it's debuting here in Savannah. As you take a look at the spots on the floor, the darker, you can see it just based on the foul where you see the baskets with the darker images there. That's where baskets were made, but the rest showing where the shots are taking place on the floor. And for Tuskegee, as you see those spots lighted up on their end of the floor, highlighting some of the three-point shots that they've had and some good work on the inside for the Golden Tigers as they extend their lead to 28-17. Glad to have that feature back into our production lineup, second half of the season. Expect to see a lot of different things on GTSN coverage as we get set for our second half portion of Tuskegee basketball. At the line, Trey Crawford to shoot for TU. Trey on the first free throw, rattled, but he missed the first. One more coming. Tuskegee's largest lead of the first half. Crawford can't get either to fall from the free throw line. King collects for Savannah. They go quickly back up the floor to Plain. Up top to King. Trying to work it inside the Maxinard if they can get it there. Instead, it's Landy with it. They go across the floor now. On the move is Lewis. Lewis at the block, doubled there, pushes back to Landy. They dump it to Maxinard. He's doubled near the free throw line. 7 to shoot. Lewis, line drive jumper in the corner, and he's good. First field goal of the ball game for Lewis. That'll make it 28-19. Full court pressure by the Tigers. Culpepper out on the floor for TU. Works it over to Rodney. Now back to Chip. Down in the corner, Crawford. Draper down at the block. He's free. Mismatch there against Landy. Push up top to Rodney. Rodney on the move, and he's fouled near the foul line. Call the foul on Plain. Plain picks up his second, and that'll send Rodney Walker to the line for Tuskegee with less than 2 minutes remaining in this first half. Free throw is good by Rodney on the first attempt. He's got 4 in the first half of play. Rodney with one more. Rodney good on both from the line. So Tuskegee leads at 30-19, less than 2 minutes remaining. Landy across the floor, right side, Plain. Plain down at the block, whistles and a lay-in by Maxinard. Maxinard got a step on the inside by Draper, and Draper trying to catch up with that play and not able to do so. So Draper's picked up his second. Maxinard to the line for Savannah, his first field goal. So he cuts the deficit to 30-21. Cousin back out on the floor. Kazai Fontanez out on the floor now for the Tigers of Savannah as well, as Maxinard tries to cap a three-point play with a free throw here. Missed on the free throw. Draper collects the rebound for Tuskegee. Full court pressure. Seasbury in the backcourt. Kevin back over to Rodney. Tuskegee still in the backcourt. Now across the timeline, Culpepper. Across the floor, Seasbury. Euro step floater in the paint. Won't stay down. Rebound. Culpepper got a hand on it. Pushes back to Seasbury and a reset for TU. Good defensive work on the offensive floor for Tuskegee. Draper at the block, and they got him for the travel. Tuskegee, what I mean by that, had to turn defensively right away after that missed shot, and they did so. Took that basketball away, got another look, but the travel violation sends it back over to Savannah. King to inbounded in the backcourt. A minute 19 left first half. Landy across the timeline for Savannah. Chased across the floor now. Payne with it right corner. Tried to dump it down low to King. King's there. And a whistle on the inside. Basketball knocked out of bounds by Culpepper. Chip aggressive as usual. Trying to tie up King at the baseline. Plain and the cousin. Back to Plain in the corner. Now he'll work it back. Left side. Under a minute remains. Across the floor, Landy for three. Got it for the Tigers. His first field goal in the ball game. 30-24. Tuskegee still leads with less than a minute remaining in the first half. Rodney back across the floor to Seasbury across the timeline. Down in the corner, Goins, long three, line drive, missed on the shot. Probably not the person Coach Taylor wanted taking that three there. 30 seconds left first half. Landy doubled out front. Culpepper almost with a steal. Playing with it right side though. Dumps it back to the middle to Cousin. Cousin challenging Draper inside. Culpepper trying to chase it down, knock it free, but can't catch it before it goes out of bounds. Gotta love the defensive work of Double C. Always hustling. 20 seconds left first half. Coach Broadnax takes a timeout. Tuskegee trying to protect that lead going into the locker room, led by as many as 11. But the Tigers chipping away at it here as we come closer to the timeout. But you got to know that Coach Taylor would be happy going into this locker room with a lead in general, regardless of its size, against the Tigers of Savannah State. Last meeting between these teams, December 16th, 2023. Savannah State winning that ball game 62-55. Series between these teams only dating back to 2019, catching back up with Savannah coming back into the conference after having been here for so long and departed for several years, trying independent status, then to the MEAC, and finally back here in the SIAC. A long-standing rival between these teams. The last two of these teams have split. Tuskegee won at home and Savannah won at home. After the timeout now, to be a half-court set for Savannah. Playing with it right of the cylinder to inbound it. Tuskegee would like nothing more than to come away with a good defensive stop here. Something down in the corner there with Noah Goins. Marcus Jeter, the trainer for Tuskegee, trying to quickly get some attention to him, but they'll force Coach Taylor. He was getting a Band-Aid, but he's too late to get back out on the floor. As Crawford's going to be able to come on the floor now for TEU. They worked as quickly as they could. Noah is trying to get back on the floor as hurriedly as he could with the Band-Aid, but just missed it. So Crawford takes his place in the lineup for the final 20 seconds. King with it, tried to bounce it inside, got it inside there. Double work there by Tuskegee on the inside to force the basketball back out front. Landy down in the corner, Plain pushes back King, jumper short, and that'll win the first half of play. Landy took a hard fall, and so does Seasbury underneath. The basketball will belong to Tuskegee. There goes a shot clock violation there. So with 4.5 seconds left, Tuskegee with a chance to close the half with a basket. They'll have to hurry, though. They got it to Rodney. Rodney crosses the timeline. Bump there. No foul call. And that'll take us to the intermission. Coach Taylor kind of left, leaving his hands up in the air, and so was everybody else waiting on a whistle there, as Rodney was just blocked there at midcourt and did not get a call. Difficult to believe the body contact just stopped his forward motion. But did not get a call here inside of Tiger Arena on the campus of Savannah State. Nonetheless, Tuskegee leads it at the break, 30-24. And we'll take a timeout here on GTSA.
Hi, I'm Billy Knight, former general manager of the Atlanta Hawks, and this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Tuskegee didn't start off as a big campus. It started off in a small shack in the back of a church. The focus was always to build the community up. We share in a culture together that it's kind of hard to explain. You gotta live it, you gotta enjoy it. It's the HBCU experience. It's nothing short than beautiful. So my name is Dia Hunter. I am an assistant professor of construction management here at Tuskegee. The students make the institution special. You're gonna deal with students that are brilliant, students who have a mind for construction. They bring diverse backgrounds, diverse ways of life. I love sharing this with students. I love giving them the tools that they need in order to be great at it.
Just because we're at HBCU doesn't mean our education is different. Don't get me wrong, we have different values and traditions and culture and things like that. So we're gonna have different outlooks, different understandings on things, and that makes for a better company is diverse minds. I am Kaylin Parham, a graduating senior construction science and management major, hailing from the Rocket City, Huntsville, Alabama. And to be a part of Tuskegee University's construction science and management program is to be a part of history. In this field, I'm underrepresented. I'm a Black woman, so obviously it's not going to be a lot of people like me, and that's okay because we're still working for diversity. But the part that I would like to see more is the inclusion part. So yes, you have a Black girl here and an Asian guy there, but do they feel comfortable in this environment? Do they feel like they're actually a part of the team? Let's start with HBCUs. And coming here and getting to know our students and our programs, you'll see that not only are we coming with the knowledge that you need us to have, but we also have some different perspectives you might not have.
We have to give back. Everybody counts or nobody counts, and that's got to be part of leadership. By Procore taking the lead on this scholarship program and partnering with AGC as a Grand Slam home run. Well, I'm Bob Bowen, chairman and founder of Bowen Engineering. We can make a real difference in our industry, in our community, in our society. We're a better place to go than Tuskegee or the other HBCUs.
The Lifting the Veil of Ignorance statue represents Booker T. Washington telling all the slaves what they can be in the world. Today, I think the Lifting the Veil statue represents what we're showing the world. That, hey, we got great students that can produce great work in all disciplines. HBCUs produce top students. My name is Dr. Shauna L. Rogers. I'm associate professor at Tuskegee University. Right now, diversity is what we need in this country. Specifically construction, we're running out of workers. The more that we are open to diversity, the more we're open to giving these students chances, it'll make everything better. Hey, we're here. It's 11 HBCUs that offer construction science, construction management. All 11 have great students. All 11 are well prepared. You just got to give them a chance.
We're back live here inside Tiger Arena on the campus of Savannah State. Halftime of men's action. Golden Tigers with a good first half of basketball. They lead it 30-24, and we're joined now at halftime by Coach Deontay Wester and her Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Started the thing off here this afternoon at Savannah State with a 58-50 win over the Lady Tigers of Savannah. Coach, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
It's coming off of the break. Defeated the number one team in Allen University to end the first half of the season. How big of a win was this for you this afternoon in the Golden Tigers?
It was a big win to just keep it going. Mindset changed the last game, and we got a good feeling. So we wanted to start the season off with that same feeling that we ended up with. So our mindset has been totally different from that last game coming in. We had 2 great practices leading up to this. So that's what we just brought it all to the game today.
Started this ball game against the Tigers of Savannah State. Good form, looked really good early first quarter of play. Then got to the third quarter, and then just looks like we hit a little rhythm there that we just kind of fell out of kilter, and they took advantage of that, and we had to scramble from behind to come back to win that ball game. What were you telling the team at that point when we fell behind?
I was telling them pretty much basically just stay the course. Don't let the calls dictate our game plan. Still stay the course, and we know we was looking to play inside out, so we still wanted to attack their guards, because I felt like their guards and post really couldn't match up as good as we have, and we just take advantage of that by looking inside more so than just taking a lot of jumpers.
To your point, Brittany, obviously our point producer for the team overall, kind of quiet in this ball game, but really we didn't miss a beat because we got so much contribution from everybody else, particularly coming off the bench. Alexandria Johnson did a good job out front for you, and LaDeja Hughley.
Yes. From day on, I told them everybody is good. We just have to play committed basketball. It's going to be nights where that Brittany and Helani may not be on, but everybody just got to be ready to step up and step in and play. So we preach that it's not a one-man show, so it's everybody together.
And I'm glad you mentioned Helani, because she seemed to have, and I know she's had some good big ball games for us already in the front half of the season, but it really seemed to just come into her own this afternoon here at Savannah State.
Yes, just preaching to all of them just to stay relaxed, let the game come to it, don't rush anything. Take what they give you. Sometimes they'll give her the shot, sometimes they may give her the drive, but just read the game more. So our focus is just reading what the defense give us and allow us to do and take advantage of it.
And can't escape this opportunity without talking about the work of Jasmine on the inside. It's always such a challenge because everybody knows that she's a strong player for you and that they just try to gun for her double as much as they can, but she really just kind of held her own this afternoon, finishing with 12 points.
Yes, 12 points, 15 rebounds. So I mean, that's what we look for. We wanted her to definitely be that type of player here on. Just be strong, because she knows they are coming from, and if she doesn't have it, look for the kick out, make the play to kick it out and repost. That's what we're looking for her to do. But I think coming off the break, she challenged herself as we challenged her as well to get stronger and get better. So it showed today.
Indeed, it did. Now you win this ball game 58-50, a good start to the second half of the season. So it's on from here now to Jacksonville against the Tigers of Edward Waters. Your thoughts going into that ball game on Monday?
My thoughts for that game is just one game at a time. They are a team that's very aggressive and everything. So we just gotta, like I said, play our game. We gotta play our game and stay focused and do what we can. We had coming into this game, we said 15 games we had left. We wanted all 15, but we taking one game at a time. And like I told the team, I was watching the movie the other day, and she said the way to kill the giant or bring down an elephant is one bite at a time. So that's what we're trying to do.
You said you got 15 left. You got
14 left.
Now you got 14 because you got this in this afternoon.
So, but one game at a time, that's what we're looking to do.
Well, we'll be looking for another game on Monday night against the Tigers of Edward Waters down in Jacksonville.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right. Head coach Deontay Wester has our Golden Tigers win it this afternoon, 58-50 over the Lady Tigers of Savannah State. Take a break here. More basketball action ahead on GTSN.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
as men, we often put off our own health care. It's not going to happen to me, or I don't have time for that, or, my dad didn't do it, so I'm not going to do it. We're too busy working, too busy doing other things. We have to talk about what's healthy, making good decisions and making good choices, whether that's food choices or exercise. If you need to take medication, taking the right medications. It's important that men get those regular checkups and then listen to their doctor's recommendations.
Being an Alabamian, being someone who's been in Alabama all but 6.5 years of my 46 years, I feel very strongly that I am tied to this state and I'm tied to the health of this state, and I want this state to succeed. We know that a healthy Alabama is a productive and prosperous Alabama. Healthy children are the future of us as a society. We need to make sure that our children are covered by insurance, that they get preventive medical care, that they receive their vaccinations that keep them healthy, that they have healthy and productive lives and grow up to be productive adults.
Whether it's at work, whether it's at home, we really want to implement policy, system, and environmental changes that support physical activity. Maybe it's a new playground, bike lanes, walking trails, things that a community can do to make it easier to be physically active and to access healthy foods. All the way from infants to senior citizens, Alabama has a lot going on that's positive towards improving health behaviors for the state.
I think one lesson from COVID, we saw that people who had uncontrolled disease, obesity, diabetes, they were at risk. So it's kind of like this is the time for people to realize your whole goal should be to have ultimate health. If you're a smoker, you need to stop. If you're overweight, you need to work on that. And I know that's easier said than done. If you have high blood pressure, you need to control it. Because when anything comes that's an insult or a pandemic type situation, you want to decrease your vulnerability by trying to be in the ultimate health that you can be. And I think that's what we should take moving forward.
With health equity, we're essentially meeting people where they are. We really have to be thinking about everyone in Alabama, not just able-bodied citizens, not just people that are likely to have, access to resources, to emergency resources. Public health touches literally everything. Typically, we're working with our most vulnerable populations, and we want to give people the resources to have the best outcomes.
What does education mean when you choose the top HBCU in Alabama?
So one of the things that's been most valuable from my experience at Tuskegee is being able to face challenges head on. I can definitely say here I've learned how to be an advocate for myself, how to speak.
Broadcast coverage of Tuskegee athletics on the Golden Tiger Sports Network is brought to you by Alabama Department of Public Health. Healthy people, healthy communities. Healthy Alabama. Booster Digital Displays, dedicated to providing high-quality, affordable LED displays with exceptional service. TNT Fireworks, celebrating more than 100 years of America's #1 best-selling brand of fireworks. Alabama Power, developed for the service of Alabama. Wind Creek Casino, Montgomery. Elevate your game to fabulous. The Home Depot, more saving, more doing. Coca-Cola, real magic. Zuby's Taco Kitchen, Yellowwood. And by Vibes Restaurant, we're all about good vibes.
And we are back live inside of Tiger Arena on the campus of Savannah State University. Halftime, Golden Tigers of Tuskegee with a 30-24 lead. over the host team, the Tigers of Savannah State. Let's take a look at our Alabama Department of Public Health in-game stats at the halftime. Tuskegee, 8 of 10 from the free throw line, 9 of 23 shooting from the floor at 39%, 4 of 8 from behind the arc. One of the reasons they're in the lead here, got caught fire there last couple of trips down the floor in the first 20 minutes of play, leading in the offensive rebounding category, trailing in the assist category, 5 for Tuskegee, 7 for Savannah. Turnovers, the number you heard Coach Taylor say that they want to keep south, and it's climbed to 13 here in the first half of play. And one Wind Creek Casino Montgomery fast break lay-in for Tuskegee in the first minutes. As we get set to resume action, D.A. Pennington will inbound the basketball just in front of us to get things started here in the second half of play. It'll be Pennington, Walker, Cambridge, Seasbury, and Draper out on the floor for Tuskegee as we set for the final 20 minutes, and we're underway. Glad you could join us on GTSN. Charles Ward here with the story. In our studios, Eric Tabor handling our remote production. Across the floor, left side, Seasbury with the basketball. Now trapped there immediately. Pushes it back out front to Ronnie. Zone defense for Savannah. At the block now, Dillon with the basketball. 12 to shoot. Into Draper. Draper, cross dribble, whistles on the inside, and he's fouled. Bars trying to get in front of Kasami, late getting there. He picks up his second. So team foul number 1 for Savannah State in the second half. Pennington in the corner, pushed back there, trying to get it out front. Somehow it comes clear to Cambridge in the paint. Dillon to the rack, missed on the shot. And the basketball back over to Savannah. Desperation play there for Tuskegee just to keep that one alive. Half court set on the push all the way through. Maxinard to the glass, missed on the shot. Sees where he scraped him coming across, and he'll be guilty of the foul. And actually, they're going to call that foul on Dillon Cambridge. So Dillon's picked up his third. And that'll send Maxinard to the line for Savannah State to shoot. Could have gone on Kevin on that scrape on the flyby, but they got Dillon instead. Maxinard hit the first free throw. First points in the second half of the ball game. Tuskegee leading Savannah 30-25. Seeing it on our scoreboard a little bit differently there. Now we'll get that one worked out in just a second. Half court set for Draper. Now Draper with the left hand, missed on that shot. Rebound tapped around. Cambridge trying to keep it alive. Diving for what Rodney, and Tuskegee keeps it on the floor. Left side Pennington, DA on the move. Lost the dribble, push back out to Rodney. Now across the floor, Seasbury, shot clock violation, Tuskegee. On the floor for Tuskegee, you had to look at those players. We'll get them back up momentarily, but right now the basketball over to Savannah State is Tuskegee not able to get that shot airborne before the shot clock violation. Now we got it straight on the scoreboard there. Tuskegee, I know that's a better view for our listeners. Tuskegee with a 30-25 lead. Whistles in a half-court set. Foul call there. It'll be basketball belonging to the Tigers of Savannah State. Across the floor with the basketball is Lewis. Now they're working back up top, and a whistle and a foul called against the Tigers of Savannah. Maxinard guilty of an offensive foul, and we go back the other way. Walker, half-court set for Tuskegee now. Tuskegee with a 30-25 lead. Seasbury takes a floater inside the paint, and Seasbury is true for Tuskegee. Only his second field goal of the ball game. So Tuskegee leads it now 32-25. Half court set for the Tigers. King trying to go underneath the defense, pushes it in the corner, and a whistle there. 3-second violation against the Tigers of Savannah. So Tuskegee will take the basketball over with 17:34 remaining and a 32-25 lead. Walker approaches the mid stripe. Works it just in front of the Tuskegee bench. Now on top of the key, circling left side is Seasbury. They go to Pennington right side instead. He's doubled there and is tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with TU. Timeout on the floor. Timeout, media, 17-19 remaining. Tuskegee leads at 32-25. We took a timeout here on GTSN.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
$17-19 remains in the basketball game. Tuskegee with a 32-25 lead over the Tigers of Savannah State. Glad you could join us on GTSN. Second doubleheader action here from Savannah. Golden Tigers of Tuskegee, the women won it 58-50 over Savannah State. They get set to push their way toward Edward Waters on Monday night with their second conference win in a row. Golden Tigers on the men's side trying to do the same thing. Beat Allen before the end of the first half of the season in December. Now trying to pick up the first win in the second half. Entry pass. Goins back out on the floor. Across the floor he goes to Seasbury with it now. Seasbury offers a screen by Draper. Gives it back to Draper on this inside. Floater on the inside. He missed. Noah got a rebound. Noah with the putback. He missed. Draper got his missed shot. Now they both have a hand on it inside the paint. Noah pushes back out to Pennington. DA jumper right side. Oh yeah! Pennington finishes a fray there for Tuskegee in a half-court set that they had 3 or 4 looks at it, and DA finishes the deal for Tuskegee with the jumper in the corner. 34-25 after those two. Tuskegee leads Savannah State with the basketball. Out front, Plain looking for a cutter on the inside. Pennington with 12 in the ball game now. King trying to push his way inside the paint. And a foul call on the inside. They call the foul on Noah on the inside, so Goins picks up his second. Team foul number 3 for Tuskegee in the second half of the ball game. So down in the corner now with Lewis with the basketball. Pushes back up top to King. Goins guarding him. King with a jumper, line drive, and he knocked it down. King just squared up on Noah and just drilled the jumper near the foul line. Only his second field goal of the ball game. 34-27, TU leads. 16:08 left in the ball game. Good cross double to Rodney. Down in the corner to Pennington. Now they play catch with it as Rodney has it back up front. Slipped momentarily. Play clock at 8. Rodney across the floor. Seasbury stepped on the inbound line. And Coach Taylor is yelling at Rodney, telling him to run the play that he wants rather than keeping it out front, trying to get that play set early on, not able to do it. 15:50 remains in the basketball game. Tuskegee with a 34-27 lead. And we come to another media timeout. We'll step out on GTSN.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Hey, Tuskegee fans, I'm Reginald Ruffin, Director of Athletics, and you are listening to the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Gold to you.
Whether it's at work, whether it's at home, we really want to implement policy, system, and environmental changes that support physical activity. Maybe it's a new playground, bike lanes, walking trails, things that a community can do to make it easier to be physically active and to access healthy foods. All the way from infants to senior citizens, Alabama has a lot going on that's positive towards improving health behaviors for the state.
Back live here inside of Tiger Arena. Take a look at our heat chart here inside the arena as we get into second half action. You see those areas which are colored. Those are made field goals for Tuskegee, particularly on the left-hand side of your screen, and where a lot of those shots are coming from. Gives you an indication of kind of way things are shaping up in terms of shots on the floor selected by the players. 15:50 left here in this ball game. Got a little bit of reverb we need to get rid of here with 34-27 lead for Tuskegee. Playing with the basketball, half-court set. Down in the block, now lost it momentarily. Doubled there, back up top. Now King handles the basketball. Now Swift in the corner, guarded on by Seasbury. Got too deep under the cylinder. Basketball's tapped around and it'll belong to Tuskegee. Swift made one too many steps underneath the basket, got too far underneath, lost himself, and the basketball, as a result, over to Tuskegee. Golden Tigers lead at 34-27. Walker works it across the timeline. Lewis awaits him there. Left side DA. Pennington up top, jumped by Maxinard. Now down in the corner, Noah. Noah trying to get it inside the Draper. Dangerous pass. And the result is it's loose on the floor, and the basketball will belong to Savannah. The quality of that pass really set that fray up there, trying to force it inside to Draper on the inside. You got to let that thing develop. You can't let the desire to get it inside overrule your judgment about the quality of what you have available in terms of the defense defending your pass. And that's exactly what Coach Taylor's talking about on the sideline to Noah. It's about patience to a large degree. Playing out front to Lewis. He's on the move. Now dumps it down in the corner to Swift. They go back up top now with it. Maxinard trying to work it down at the block. They got it down there to King. Whistles on the play, and they get him for the travel violation. So King turns it over. Tuskegee will take the basketball as a result. TU with the lead. Turnover number 12 for Savannah State. Half court set for Draper and TU now. We're at 14:30 remaining. Seasbury jumped out front. Kevin slides it over to Crawford. Crawford to Draper. Draper tripped up but got it to Kevin. Seasbury roughed up and they took the basketball away from him out front. Lane works it right side to the rack. Shot at the block, blocked by Seasbury. Whistles underneath. And the initial no call about a goaltend down there. They call a foul down low on Rodney Walker instead. So Rodney picks up his third. Everybody here wanted a goaltend by Seasbury coming in at the bottom of that back of that shot. But that foul looks like it occurred prior to that, and they'll put Maxinard at the line to shoot, and he hits the first free throw. Taylor out on the floor now for Tuskegee. Walker takes a seat. Michael back out on the floor for Coach Broadenax and Savannah State.
One more coming from Axonod at the line. We're at 14-11 left in the ball game. Axonod true on both free throws for Savannah. So Savannah will jump into full court pressure now. Tuskegee will have it. Seasbury has the ability to run the full length of the baseline, but he'll get it in play to Austin Taylor instead. So Pennington to handle the basketball up front now. Works at the left side. Seasbury zone defense for Savannah State. Across the floor, Seasbury. Kevin down at the block. Draper, left corner. Draper on the move. Doubled there. Got it to the rack. Spinner. Almost felt good for Draper. Got a whistle. He'll go to the line. They call that foul on Michael. He's picked up his third for Savannah. That'll send Draper back to the line for TU. Pennington and Taylor getting a word from assistant coach James Cheek, Jameer Cheek, joining the coaching staff at Tuskegee this year. He and Devin Booker, you recognize Devin's name as a star player at Tuskegee. Good group of young coaches developing under a veteran, under Benji Taylor. Draper hit the first free throw from the line for TU. And Kasami with one more headed his way. Draper with an even 10, 11, and now he missed on that one. So he's got 11 in the ball game. Tuskegee trying to flirt with taking away that pass in the backcourt after the rebound from Savannah State, but they have it on their end of the floor. They push it across the floor now. Switch, free, line drive, jumper, missed everything. Taylor clears for Tuskegee. 13:30 we go in the ball game. Pennington up front, TU with a 35-29 lead. Right side, Seasbury with it. Kevin surveys. Doubled up front, try to give it to Draper on a lead behind. Draper inside the paint, and he's guilty of a travel. And it's not really Draper's fault, it's the setup of that pass that's causing that. Can't get it in there to him if he's not looking. That time he had his head turned toward the basket, headed back to the inside, and Kevin just unloaded the pass anyway. By the time Draper turned around, he was already off balance. Half court, full court pressure now by Tuskegee as Savannah comes across the timeline. Almost an over and back now, and they throw it away in the front court anyway. Should have been an over and back. And Tuskegee has it on their half of the floor. Nonetheless, Landy was stepping back into the back court. He was already in the front court and threw it in the back court to King. 12:50 remaining in the ball game. Tuskegee with the 35-29 lead. Draper with it away from guarded by Cousin. Kasami trying to find some space left side, and he's fouled by Cousin. That's to an advantage of Kasami. He is ordinarily, before coming into Tuskegee, he was a swing player coming out of high school, and that's what he was training to become at the collegiate level. But the need really outweighed what his desires were coming into Tuskegee, and they had to convert him to an inside player. But he is very comfortable working with the basketball away from the cylinder. Just does not get as much of an opportunity to do it here at Tuskegee. Inbound pass, Cousins trying to take it away. And a foul called on Draper. They're both chasing after the basketball in midcourt. And Coach Broadnax saying that was a clear violation of an easy layup. And Jackie Sanders calling a call on Jay Draper. And now Coach Sanders and Coach Taylor getting to it. That's how they normally do it. Every time there's a game that Jackie's covering the officiating crew. They call it on Draper. So Coach Taylor trying to get Boyce out on the floor, and they'll get him out there before play resumes. So Kasami's picked up his third with 12:37 remaining. Across the floor, it'll be Javante Landy, the junior from Savannah, to inbound it for the Tigers. Pushes out front to Cousin. Taylor guarding Landy, whistles there. Foul going to be called on Taylor. Taylor guarding Landy, but some hand checking going on there and some bumping. So they got Oscar with the foul. That's his first. DA coming over to have a word with official Jackie Sanders. And he was telling Taylor to walk away as he was talking to Pennington. Don't get any easy blow-bys with Jackie Sanders. He knows his role as a lead official and plays it extremely well. Keeps control of the basketball game as Landy converts on that first free throw for Savannah State. He's got 4 in the ball game. Tuskegee lead down to 5 now. And Landy for the second of 2. Missed on the second. Crawford clears for Tuskegee. Pennington in the backcourt, full court pressure by Savannah. Over to Taylor. Poston now pushes across the floor. Pennington across the timeline. Trapped immediately across the floor to Crawford. Crawford on the move all the way through. Crawford stepped on the inbound line. Basketball back to Savannah. Taylor takes a seat as Rodney Walker comes back out on the floor now for TU. Tuskegee going to show some full court pressure here as Savannah inbounds the basketball. Landy in the backcourt to King. King back to Landy. Back over to King, still in the backcourt. Now they push it in the floor with a pass to Cousins. Landy just in front of the Savannah bench on the right side. Down at the block, lost the dribble. Swift out front. They work it back inside. Crawford over the back of Cousins. Evan Howell set to come in now for Tuskegee as Crawford commits that foul. And that's Crawford's second personal. And Evan out on the floor. Howell, the senior from Snellville, Georgia. Getting spotted duty here with 11:53 remaining in the basketball game. And before play resumes, we'll have a media timeout here inside Tiger Arena. Tuskegee leading it 35-30. More basketball after the timeout.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
I am Deborah Rogers, Deputy Chief Athletic Director, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
I am Deborah Rogers, Deputy Chief Athletic Director, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
Hey, Tuskegee fans, I'm Reginald Ruffin, Director of Athletics, and you are listening to the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Gold to you.
With health equity, we're essentially meeting people where they are. We really have to be thinking about everyone in Alabama, not just able-bodied citizens, not just people that are likely to have, access to resources, to emergency resources. Public health touches literally everything. Typically, we're working with our most vulnerable populations, and we want to give people the resources to have the best outcomes.
Tuskegee fans, this is the Golden Tigers Sports Network.
Hey, man.
Broadcast coverage of Tuskegee athletics on the Golden Tigers Sports Network is brought to you by Alabama Department of Public Health. Healthy people, healthy communities, healthy Alabama. Booster Digital Displays, dedicated to providing high-quality, affordable LED displays with exceptional service. TNT
Probably go to the
Fireworks,
pop there. I'll be right
celebrating
back.
more than 100 years of America's #1 best-selling brand of fireworks. Alabama Power, developed for the service of Alabama. Wind Creek Casino, Montgomery. Elevate your game to fabulous. The Home Depot, more saving, more doing. Coca-Cola, real magic. Zuby's Taco Kitchen, Yellowwood. And by Vibes Restaurant, we're all about good vibes.
Tuskegee University's founder, Booker T. Washington, said, "Excellence is to do a common thing in an uncommon way." At many universities, big classes are common. Not at Tuskegee. We have small classes with a 14-to-1 average student-to-teacher ratio. This formula for excellence ensures individualized attention. You get to know your professors, and they get to know you well enough to recommend you for internships, research, graduate programs, and job opportunities. Small classes, big impact. It's all part of
I don't see
educational
Coach
excellence
Taylor,
at
but you can come
Tuskegee
back to me and
University.
I'll do some post-game stats. I'll do them off of your
STEM
screen, and I got
careers
some
are one of the
individual stats
fastest
to
growing
supplement
fields,
that.
yet women of color comprise less than 10% of the workforce within these high-paying jobs. Tuskegee University is changing this. In 2018, we were awarded
this
a
is the
grant
wrong
from the
one.
National Science Foundation
Oh.
to develop computer science career awareness for young African American women. In
Hold on.
2019, we established the Campaign for Leadership and Excellence Scholarship. It provides future female engineers with financial support to pursue their educational goals. Today, Tuskegee continues to educate African American women in STEM fields, empowering them to pursue
The guy
their
gave me
chosen
a
careers and
gave me a
providing the
box from the
foundation
women's
they
ball
need
game.
to transform
So
science, medicine, and technology. If a STEM career is in your future,
all I'll have is what you're going to
explore
have on the
what
screen.
Tuskegee
So
can
I might be able to
offer
get it
you.
from here, though. I can get it from here. Back live here inside Tiger Arena. Tuskegee won a 54-51 win over the Tigers of Savannah State University in SIAC action. As you take a look at some of our Alabama Department of Public Health post-game stats. And Tuskegee with a 54-41 win. And from the line, they shot 76.9%. Let's get a little reverb off of us here as we go into these stats. Tuskegee 20 of 26 shooting from the free throw line. Good performance by them. Probably one of their best free throw percentage averages during the course of the Tigers of Savannah State. They were 54% shooting at the free throw line, 13 of 24. The floor to start it with some pretty dismal early on, but they finish at 39% from the floor, 14 of 36 compared to 32% for Savannah at 12 of 38. And from behind the arc, Tuskegee continuing its hot ways from there, 50% shooting from behind the arc with 6 3-pointers. And those 3-pointers came at a really big time in the ball game to allow Tuskegee to claim a lead and keep it. 4 of 9 shooting from behind the arc for Savannah. Rebounding edge went to Tuskegee. Assists, Tuskegee 7, Savannah 8. Turnovers in the ball game, 27 for Tuskegee, 23 for Savannah. And fast points in the ball game, Tuskegee with 7. Wind Creek Casino Montgomery fast breaks in the win over the Tigers of Savannah State. Head coach Benchy Taylor set to join us here in postgame as his troops have won on the road here in Savannah against the Tigers of Savannah State. Yeah, you can flip it up. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Is the studio ready?
I know. Are you ready, Eric?
right.
Coach, big win this afternoon, 54-41. Just a lot of good things going on the floor. I know you're looking at some of the numbers now. What kind of jumps out at you in terms of areas of just great work this afternoon?
You want good or the bad first?
Well, let's do the back because that's going to be a real short list today, right?
27-20.
That's the one we just talked about.
That's the break. That's 7 days off. Yeah, you know, and we tried to get up and down a little bit, but I knew we would. We've been taking pretty good ball, but today we just turned it over a little too much. But other than that, our effort was at a high level.
Oh, no doubt, yeah.
Other than the turnovers, execution was at a high level. Like knowing what we needed every possession, time and score. I think we're getting better at that. I think we controlled the last 10 minutes of the game, offensively and defensively. The other thing that I thought we made a step was, I have on my scouting report, man, try to get to the line 24 times and make 18. Pretty hard stat to beat. If you can get there 24 times and make 18, we went 26 times and made 20. KD only missed one, and if he could have had on us, he's 0 for 4. So, but I thought it was a good team win. I thought everybody that came in the game played really. Dylan, our bulldog, and he got in foul trouble early. We had a lot of guys in foul trouble, but we didn't being physical, I thought our effort was really good. I mean, you worry about the game with that much of a layoff, but I thought the guys, especially on the road, I thought the guys did a really nice job tonight. And we have a pretty happy locker room, but it's 0-0.
I got you.
Got to get on to the next one.
Sure.
It doesn't get any easier. We play Edward Waters on Monday night, and they'll be awfully good. It's just like this team.
Just interesting as the game was unfolding that some of the numbers not the same, but very close to the way we played against Allen to start to finish the first half of the season. At the free throw line, did extremely well. From the floor, shot extremely well, and then from behind the arc, when we needed some big 3-point baskets. I don't know if it was designed or what, but we got them when we needed them this afternoon.
Well, when you go on the road and you only take 12 threes and make 6 of them, that means everybody's on the reservation. Everybody's on the same page. You don't want to go down and I thought we only took one bad 3 all game, and that really wasn't a bad 3 because he was wide open. But that's not really his game.
Is that Noah?
Yeah. Well, come on now. His family's listening. Don't do that. Don't do that, y'all.
I just it happened during the game when Noah took it. I was thinking, I saw you there.
He can make that shot. It was just what was it? Minute 12 left in the half. They were scrambling. I'd rather him take it down here and attack the basket because have you seen him?
Yeah, sure. That's where he's better.
Man, shoot, guys be bouncing off of him down there. He can make that. But
that's the only reason I pointed it out because I was looking at you at the time he took it.
His family can't see me right now, Charles. Why you had to do that to me? But we talked about it at halftime, and he was a great guy. He played really well for us. We started him inadvertently. You got a new assistant coach. You forgot to put the starters in, and then messed the starters up. So we had to start them, and I got a lot of confidence in Noah. Noah's pretty much a starter for us. So, but yeah, it was. I thought it was an outstanding effort. We played really, really hard. They switched up defenses. They played a little 1-3-1-4 quarterback. 1-3-1. We handled it well. Our turnovers was more
casual type thing.
Casual, man. I ain't walking to the mall. It's. In my opinion, it's one of the hardest things to do as I've been coaching a long time now. One thing to get them to do is get them stay locked in the entire time. When you get up 16, 17, that's when a guy will pop out and just do some irrational stuff because he's trying to get his points or whatever. And it's like do stuff out of character when you're up. Usually when it's a close game, guys just stay really locked in. But let me get mine. So it's really hard. But we got a great group of guys and we stepped out of bounds 2 or 3 times, and we couldn't figure out when to go attack and when to set it up. They did a really good job of keeping us on our heels a little bit, but when we got the ball inside, we were very good. Once again, KD drew 8 fouls, and he's going to need an ice bath again. But if he makes his free throws, and then he's going to have a heck of a year for us.
One of the things that I was concerned with coming into this ball game was that you got second team all conference player Quay King for them that is a central part of their offense, but you all seem to really neutralize him. Was there anything special you did against him, or were you paying any particular attention to him?
Anytime you go into a game, I want to kind of take the best 2 or 3 players out if you can. He's so efficient, and he really hurt us last year by getting to the line.
I remember.
I thought we did a bad job last year, but this year we were locked in from the scout from day one on. When he caught it in the high post, we let him see a lot of bodies and hands and things of that nature. We kept him off the glass. I mean, what was he? He's 17-6 on the year. He was 5-6, 7 turnovers. So we really had a good emphasis on him. And we said if they make the shot, they make the shot. But one thing we're starting to get better at is understanding scout, and we're getting personnel and things like that. We're getting better at that, and you can kind of see it with they shot 21% the second half. I think we're 6th in the country coming into this game, and we went from 13-16 in one game. So I'm going to try to go from 6-3 and. We got a lot of work to do to catch Miles. They're number one, but it just goes to show our league got some really good coaches and defenders in our league, and we're trying to be in the top 5 to represent the SIAC well.
Well, you represented SIAC and Mother Teresa, Tuskegee, extremely well here this afternoon.
Hold on a sec. Come here.
With the win over the Tigers of Savannah State, 54-51.
I got a new assistant coach.
oh, I know where she's coming. I saw her over here.
I got a new assistant coach.
We're getting ready to meet the newest member of the coaching staff of Tuskegee men's basketball. Hello.
This is Jordan.
Hey, Jordan. Say.
Okay.
You can wave right there to that camera.
Uncle Charles is going to ask you some questions. Hold on.
Did you enjoy the game?
Yes.
Good. Who won?
Tuskegee.
Oh, listen at you. Yeah, you're already head coach material. You're fired. We'll take you. Well, congratulations. Tuskegee wins this afternoon over the Tigers of Savannah State. Coach, congratulations. You all
say, Mama, I made it.
Yeah.
Mama, I made it.
Oh, you're a TV star now.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
All right. Thank you, Jordan. Coach, congratulations on the win. I know it's a back-to-back. You're coming back to the second half of the season. It's important to have a good start, and it's a good quality start going against Edward Waters on Monday.
I told you earlier, you probably thought I was crazy. But,
after those stories you told me about your former coach, nothing's off the table, brother.
Dick Tarrant. Anyway, I told you from day one, man, I really like the squad. You like your squad every year, but like these guys are really resilient. We can make shots. We just got to continue to get better. They let me coach them hard, and they want to learn. And we've been doing a lot of teaching lately, and it's carrying over. We gotta just continue to grow. We today, man, we want to win the conference tournament. So we're just trying to get better at that point where we can finish it off.
Well, a good showing this afternoon. Hope the same thing on Monday down in Jacksonville.
Yeah, we appreciate you, and safe travels down there. And that's going to be another exciting game. They're good, and they got talent, well coached, and we'll have to play really good basketball in order to win. But are we 500?
Yep. Just turned 500 of that win today.
Don't blame the kids, man. It's crazy scheduling on my part.
No, that's it.
Don't blame the kids, but they got us right. We've been through a lot.
Sure, we're above 500 in conference play. We're where we need to be.
We had a whole season already.
That's right.
That's what it feels like.
That's right. We still got a lot more to go too, though.
Yeah. Well, I can stay and talk to you, Charles, all day, but
I know you got things to do, brother. Yes, sir.
You guys got to get to this pizza, man, and I got to get my lovely family on the road.
And you all are headed to Jacksonville today, right?
We're going to Jacksonville today, and I like to break it up that way. I get to travel out the way because I ain't gonna sleep the night no way. So get to travel out the way, get on down there, and load up. And these guys are they're good. We're good. So we're excited. We're excited because got to keep winning, and got a lot of good basketball left in us.
Oh, well,
we still haven't reached our ceiling. We still haven't. We got some levels we can kind of get to, and that's the goal.
Oh, that's definitely showing. You're absolutely right. So many personnel just making contributions. You can just see the quality of it.
I like a lot of my guys, and we didn't get Roy in today, who just got there and he's eligible now, but he's going to be a really good player for us. And he's just trying to figure it out. But he's a freshman and he can score it. He'll be good. Got to keep learning.
Monday, the show continues in Jacksonville.
The show continues. The show continues. So I know you're ready to throw it back to the studio. They ready?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, good close. Are you ready, Eric? Oh, okay, we got him. Coach Fitchy Taylor, Golden Tigers win it this afternoon, 54-41 over the Tigers of Savannah State. They push the record now to even 6-6, and more importantly, even in 3-3 in SIAC play. Coach,
we're 4-2.
4-2. Did I give you that?
Yeah, we're 4-2.
That's absolutely right. 4-2.
Yeah, we 4.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
you
That's
do
the point
that.
I was trying to make a second ago when I looked up on the box. I just hadn't changed the scores on the roster. Yeah, we're 4-2. That's right. That's right.
But really, Charles, you know what we are?
Oh, no.
0-0.
I know you, brother. Be safe, man.
Thanks, Charles. You too.
Coach Fitchy Taylor, Golden Tigers win it. They go to 4-2 in SIAC play after the win over the Tigers of Savannah State. Glad you could join us here on this day of Golden Tigers basketball. It's a double win for Tuskegee. Women win 58-50, and the men win here in the closeout of a 54-41 win over the Tigers of Savannah State, thanks to the coaching of head coach Jordan, who just joined the staff. Glad to have her here in the post-game show, and glad to have you along listening throughout the day for Tuskegee basketball. Special thanks to Tuskegee President Dr. Mark Brown, and special thanks to Rolandus Rice, Chief Operating Officer, and to the entire athletic staff led by Director of Athletics Reginald Ruffin and Chief Deputy Athletics Director Deborah Rogers. The Sports Information Office with Jordan Benson, Nick Brown, Game Operations, and to Eric Tabor for our production here on a remote Saturday from Savannah with our coverage on the Golden Tiger Sports Network. And again, thanks to you for listening on GTSN. We will be back with coverage on Monday from Jacksonville as the Golden Tigers meet Edward Waters in women and men's basketball. Women at 4:30, men to follow at 7. Be sure to join us here on GTSN then for our coverage. Until then, Charles Ward said thanks so much again, and we'll see you on Monday. This has been a production of the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Tuskegee fans, thank you for listening to the Golden Tigers Sports Network.